Hey y'all, we're back for part 2. Let me get myself set up so I can see the comments come in. Okay. Okay, you guys, give me a second. Hey, Animations Real, you were not first. You missed a whole last segment. But thank you for being here at all. I do appreciate you. Let's see here. Um, Animations Real, since you are my first moderator here, will you please do me a favor and go to the video that I just did? It just uploaded in my on my YouTube feed. There are two people who commented that they missed me live. And so if you will tell them, it's Journey's Diary and Prime and Carter, will you please go and comment to them that we are actually still live again? Hey, Poetry? Okay, I'm calling her Poetry. Y'all know, we know her as Poetry, My Twisted Life TV, because I want to say her name so that y'all are used to hearing her channel name. So that y'all go and show her some love, y'all aren't already. Hey, American Copperhead. Yeah, second. And Slick, how are y'all doing? Okay, so y'all, yeah, we're going to talk this bull corn. We're going to give everybody a few minutes to get in here first, though. Because there's some people who I see are commenting now that we are done with the first segment. Hey, Malvin, what did you say? You didn't say anything. Are you referring to Lady V blocking your comments? She said that was a mistake. I didn't know what that was about because, like I said, that was my first time seeing her in that stream. Was when I saw that she like deleted your comment. Hey, Prime and Carter. Okay, so did you get the message from? I had asked Animations Real to go back because I saw that you and another person commented that y'all missed me live, but y'all know that we break up this live stream into segments now. So if you miss one, chances are that you can catch another one. We're still typically going till about 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And so the only channel that I know, there are two. Well, no, actually three. The main channel, though, y'all, I don't mean any shade towards anybody, but My Twisted Life TV with Poetry is in the house, and she's got the inside scoop. What is the name of that show, Poetry? If y'all watch this show, people who were on that show, they're actually contacting her and reaching out to her. Hey, Burstify, how are you doing? Everybody's coming back. And they're like giving her like inside scoops, ready to love. So if y'all watch that show, they love her reviews on that show. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Y'all know I love me a good old thumbs up, child. Yeah. So anyway, that's one channel that's in the house, and y'all know Poetry reviews a lot of TV shows. So if you have the time, get over there and look at her. Wolverine. If you all are into statuette figures, like Journey's Diary made it too. Okay, great. Then he reviews those. Like for the Marvel people. Hey, Journey's Diary. Animations Real is in the house. It'd be like an animated story time. Go and check him out. He's in the house. Journey's Diary is in the house. Inspirational short videos for the most part, from what I've seen lately, and travel videos and weight loss videos. So she's got a lot of things going on over there. We got about another minute just in case any other channels come in. If you have a channel, I didn't say anything about your channel, let me know so that I can talk about your channel too. Okay, so that we can get some support for everybody who's here supporting us. Let me see. I'm getting myself finally set up so that I can see your comments come in. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's see. I know. Okay, cool. So some people visiting other channels before they got here, which is cool. So while we're waiting on these last 5 minutes, what I will do, I will let y'all know the ball is in my court right now for the mugs. I need to get some information to the lady who is printing the mugs that we're going to have, but y'all know a lot of you all have these. Is anybody sipping out of their Sunday Fun Day mug today? I'm going to go in and have my Shipley's coffee. That's a Texas treat. Okay. Mm. We are past the serious part. Hey, Kanisha. We are past the serious part, so it's time for some sipping. Mm-hmm. Yes, there are some mugs that are coming, but until we have the mugs, we do have the gift cards to give away. So y'all just stick with me. Stay to the very end, the end of the last segment, and we will give away a gift card. Okay, so she says her mama keeps telling her, I'm gonna send you another one, poetry, just on GP. She got one like, and I sent it. Step it up. Now that I'm showing more than one, but I do appreciate you for giving me one. Y'all know I like me a good old thumbs up. I need that in my life. Let's see here. So, yes, y'all remember Malvin? If there are any white girls in the house, he's probably interested. I remember Malvin very well. Okay, so let's talk about it, y'all. The return of the Popeye's chicken sandwich. It came back last Sunday, as a matter of fact, while we were on this live stream. Y'all could have been, maybe that's why I didn't have anybody watch. Maybe y'all were all at Popeyes getting a damn chicken sandwich. But has anybody in here ever had one of those Popeyes chicken sandwiches? I'm curious to know. Are they good? Are they, is the secret ingredient crack? Because they have these people out here acting a pure D fool. I'm just curious to know. And I know one person who has tried it, and he said that it was good. Not standing 2-hour long lines, good. Not, stab somebody to death, good. But he said that it was good. This is probably one of those times where I should be glad that I am a vegetarian, because when I was a chicken eater, I really liked chicken, and maybe I'd be one of those people out there, engaging in a fight behind my really tasty chicken sandwich if if I were to have a sandwich that must be as delightful as this one must be. So anyway, I just want to know if any of y'all had it so that I could hear what the hype is about. But yeah, I've heard that they are good, but I do have a hard time believing that they are that damn good. That they are worth some of the stuff that I've heard going on since since it returned last Sunday. So, now the most serious story that was reported was that somebody was stabbed to death for cutting in line to get one of those sandwiches. And that story was out of Maryland, and I'm actually still wondering about the details of that story. I'm hearing that the family members of the victim and the perpetrator are saying that those two men already had a prior beef with each other, but that hasn't been confirmed. But I kind of tend to believe that. I'm sure that it's, though, much more fun for the media to say that this is all just behind a chicken sandwich, And one thing I will say is those employees, I feel very sorry for those employees at Popeyes, and I imagine that they must be under a great deal of stress right now. Where I am, there are 2 Popeyes on the military base where I work, and maybe for the first 3 days after the sandwich was re-released, I did notice noticeably longer lines, but it looks pretty much back to normal now. And that Popeyes that's near me, it's in a pretty much an upscale area, but it has had longer lines since last Sunday. And I'm curious to know what's going on about the Popeyes locations near you. Now, one thing that I am noticing is that some people are taking this Popeyes crap as an opportunity basically to shame people, to shame black people specifically, and the fights that are involving only black people. seem to be going way more viral than the fights that are involving whites and Latinos, because those are out there too. Um, and I'm seeing a lot of, but what about Black Lives Matter, types of comments, being said in a joking, sarcastic way, on Twitter under some of these videos. And I will admit, though, that most of what I'm seeing is black people, and it's shameful. But the two of the most viral videos where black people are acting a fool, um, includes white people who are shouting the N-word at the top of their lungs in establishments full of black people where they are working and also in line for this damn sandwich. So if you're going to do some shit like that, expect a reaction. I have no patience for people who use that word to offend black people. But anyway, there are several videos that we can get into. So let's just take a look at the Popeyes melee, and y'all tell me what y'all think about it all. Let me go back here. Let's see. Went too far back. Okay, hang on. Yeah, still rocking the fire tablet poetry. Poetry's here, but I meant journey. Okay, so let's get to some of these Popeyes videos. Okay, so and I'm not going in just the order that I have it on my Twitter, but these guys are talking about the what happened where the guy got stabbed.
Calm down. Once the police got on the scene, this whole vibe changed. No, get off me. Let me go. Stop. I can't breathe. Freaking out. Next thing I know, you want response no more.
You're saying this was not over a chicken sandwich?
Not at all.
So what was it over?
It was just probably some conflict. Probably walked in a Popeyes. Who knows? Somebody probably said something. He said something to somebody. One thing led to another. I wasn't there. I don't want to make an assumption. But I know what chicken said. I know that for a fact.
Thank you.
He was calm. He was good, but he did start
Okay, so I just saw Journey, and y'all know I'm gonna read your comments after I go get done with the story. But when I watched this, I was like, okay, it felt like they were on a ship, or there was some music playing in the background that they might have been swaying to. Because this is like all that I saw. I was listening, but I saw both of them, and it was like they were both doing it like at the same time. Okay, yes, it is enough to make you dizzy. Okay, so let's go on and look at. So let's see, where did my Popeyes video start? Lord Jesus, help us. Okay, so. Okay, here we have. Okay. Here's one of them. Okay, so that was her Then, and this is the aftermath. So, she'll be able to sue Popeyes out of the wazoo and live very comfortably for the rest of whatever bit of life she has, I'm sure. But, y'all, I don't even feel sorry for her, you know. You're in there in an establishment full of black people, and you felt compelled to say that word. I don't like it. I have no sympathy for anybody who uses that word to insult black people. No sympathy whatsoever. So once her old body heals, and I believe she suffered some broken ribs and whatnot. Once that her body heals, she's able to enjoy her money that she's surely going to get from Popeyes. I hope that that incident has caused her to think twice about calling people the N word, at least in public. Maybe next time Grandma will just say it under her breath if she needs to say it at all. I really don't give a damn. But let's see here. So that's that video. That one's out of Tennessee. Which Tennessee's pretty fucking racist, but whatever. Let's see. What do we have next? Here's another one. I know you feel bad for her, Malvin. Yeah, so he clearly was using the N word, and not only were they niggers, but they were nigger ass niggers who, why would you call someone that word and then, like, nigger, 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 give me 2 of those chicken sandwiches? Are you really gonna trust somebody with your food after you calling them all these like disgusting, dirty names, and then you want them to be touching your food and handling your food? I would not. Boy, you don't know what's on that sandwich, and you better be glad that they took that chicken sandwich from you. That probably spared your life, you dumbass. So yeah, he's out there, nigger rash, nigger rod, and he got jumped and got his sandwich taken. I think he got robbed too. I don't care. So let's see. Let's move on to the next story. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. So, here's another one. Let's see. So, this is all on us, y'all. I can't blame anybody else. Okay, he's a little impatient. Yes, I will agree. Hey, bossy, bossy. Let's see. Okay, and then this one, I think a lot of people have probably already seen this one. First thing I heard of that one, damn, you fuck your shit. Oh. So what it looks like though is that this lady is trying to find a way to cut into the line to obtain herself a chicken sandwich. I was about to say a chicken sandwich. A chicken sandwich. Hey, well. So yeah, she's attempting to, I guess like find herself another path into the line that might be a little bit shorter, where that might be a little bit less of a wait, so that she can obtain herself one of these delicious chicken sandwiches. And if you notice, did y'all see they had a Popeyes employee out there basically like directing traffic? They need to be paying these people like triple what they usually earn until they get rid of this fucking sandwich, or until the craze goes away, because this is too much. Like, I really, like, I was not joking when I said that I really do feel sorry for these Popeyes employees. So here's another one. These are the employees. Did y'all see that girl raise the whole damn fryer to use this, to use it as a weapon? And I think because there was a story about some employees fighting another employee who was caught selling chicken sandwiches out of the back door. Like, he was selling chicken sandwiches on the side, pocketing the money, and the employees, like all his coworkers, turned against him. That might have been that one, but oh lord, it was so much melee. And this is just, yeah, y'all might appreciate this. I'm sure y'all can tell that's R. Kelly. They took some footage from that interview that he did with Gail, and said that basically this is how the the Popeyes employees are feeling. Y'all killing me, man. So yeah, that's what that was. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that. The internet is so clever. Okay, but like I said, it wasn't just us. So here goes some people in Florida, Ellington, Florida. I don't know where that is, but some a couple of white people fighting in line at Popeyes. So you see what happened? He hit his truck. So yeah, a bite at Popeyes, not necessarily over chicken sandwich, but white men in their trucks and their guns, you don't touch it, or you can probably expect to get some of that knockout treatment. So yeah, and I thought that was just ironic, it sounded like there were black people recording them, like So there's that. Let's see here. And this is just to give this whole thing some context. Here's somebody showing how the line was at a Popeyes in, believe in Virginia.
Look at this. Fucking Popeyes, yo. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the chicken sandwich line. Oh shit.
And then there's finally Popeyes.
Look at it.
So just to give some perspective on how some of these places are, and what some of these employees must be putting up with. Let's see, what's this one? My last one. We have the white folks and the black folks, and the white folks calling black folks the N-words, but the Latinos said, don't leave us out. This is in San Antonio, Texas, not far from where I am. Yep. So again, that we had, I guess, Shaquita and them, and we had Earl and the gang, and now we got Maria Conchita Gonzalez in San Antonio, Texas, fighting behind some goddamn chicken too. So we're not going to pretend like it's just black people today. Not on my watch. Any thing that y'all saw going on in Popeyes where you all live, let me know. I'm going to read these comments. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Yes, this is all completely crazy. Let's see here. Maria Conchita Gonzalez, that's who that was. Yes, if Shaquita and them can be fighting, and Earl and the gang can be fighting behind their trucks, then yeah, we'll get everybody in on the hilarity. Let's see here. Let me see what y'all are saying about this. Let's see. It's a lot of comments on this. Okay, I don't think I'll be able to get them all. I'm gonna try to. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Okay, Journey says she's not tasted the sandwich. Neither has Poetry. Wolverine says it's laced with LSD. I believe it's laced with something. He says, but they don't have Popeyes in the UK. Nay West has not had it. She's not planning on having one. Let's see. Yeah, Journey says somebody got killed over that sandwich the other day. We talked about that. And Journey said that she heard it was the sauce and not the chicken for real. That is, I guess, making people go so crazy. Journey says she thinks it is the sauce. Wolverine said he'll climb mountains to get me a Popeye's chicken sandwich. If only I ate chicken. Oh, I would take you up on that. Let's see here. Malvin says I live in a mostly white area. See no line at Popeyes. And I do too, but there's a line at Popeyes, and the main people who eat Popeyes in my office are white people. Well, I'm the only black person, but the girl who sits in my office, she is like the main fucking pop. I mean, I think she keeps the Popeyes on the military base in business. Like, she eats there like so fucking much. She's from Louisiana, and so she really likes spice in her food. She's not one of those white people who believes that mayonnaise is a seasoning, but and yeah. So anyway, I don't think that white has anything to do with it. Obviously, I mean, as we see, that white lady almost lost her life behind a goddamn chicken sandwich, and they're calling people the N-word. So I don't know. To me, that doesn't have anything to do with it. Let's see here. Poetry says 6 people supposedly robbed the Popeyes for the sandwiches. And before that they brought the sandwich back, there was some robbery in Houston at a Popeyes that had a kind of comical thing to it, but I can't remember what exactly it was, because it's been about a month. Let's see here. Yeah, Journey, we talked about the story in Maryland. We talked about that, I guess it was before you came in here, but I thought that you were here at the beginning. Or maybe... yeah, maybe I was talking about it as you were posting. Let's see here. Nay says, I feel as though with that large crowd and you got teenagers and 20-something-year-olds working there, you're not getting really good quality stuff anyway. And that could be true. But do we ever see like really a lot of grown people working in fast food like that, unless they're, like upper management, but I don't know. Let's see. I actually tried to get one Friday night. It was sold out. Oh, okay. It was sold out for her. Hey, Bondi. Let's see here. Y'all check out Bondi's channel. That's our Bondi Gamer, the ladies' man gamer. Y'all, if y'all haven't checked him out, check him out. Let's see here. The general fast food employee does not give a damn about your food. And I think that's true. Regardless of age, nay, I do believe that's true. Poetry says people these days find a reason to insult over the most stupid of things, a sandwich. Wolverine says my wife makes me food at home, and my son don't eat anything which is not made by his mother. Okay, well, mama don't get a break every now and then. Let's see. Yes. Poetry said that man bodied that woman. Yes. Yes, he did. And now we must question. Oh, yeah, okay. Wolverine said that earlier. If the food is laced with something because people are so desperate to get a hold of it. It seemed like one of my lights went out. Oh well. Okay, let's see here. Malvin said, sad part is Popeye's had this sandwich for a year. It's not just on the main menu. It's just not on the main menu. Is that right? Because I wouldn't know. I'm vegetarian, so I don't know like what Popeyes does. But why is it all of a sudden a thing? Marion Copperhead said, "Wow, that was one hell of a body slam." It was. And did y'all hear the way she was like when she went in the air? Y'all, that shit. It made me laugh. I realized she's an old woman. But I don't care. She's old enough to know not to be saying the N-word in a room full of black people and not expecting any repercussions. And if she didn't know then, if you don't know, now you know. Don't do that again, girl. Wolverine says when someone serves you food, you praise and thank them so you won't go hungry that day. And I don't know if you necessarily have to praise and thank somebody, but you for sure don't sit up calling somebody the freaking N-word and expect them to not at the very least spit in your food. And if they happen to punch you in the eye or body slam you or rob you, then it just is what it is. Let's see here. Journey says, well, missed all that because I got a call, but wow, he went off. I know she was hurting. I know she was. But you know what? She'll feel a little bit better when, Popeyes gives her some of that settlement money. And like I said, hopefully when she gets her money and goes back out in the public again after her old bones heal, she'll learn to keep her mouth shut, or at least not to go around calling a group of, 20 freaking black people the N-word. Let's see here. Kanisha says, that's just sad. Yeah, they took his sandwich too. That white man was going off. Nigger ass nigger, rawr. Oh well. Sandwich in a bra. What? What? I just gonna say it and casually walk away, like can the N-word, call everybody an N-word. You a nigger, you're a nigger. All right, I'll see y'all later. I'm going to get out of here and enjoy my chicken sandwich. Do. Nah, bruh, we gonna snatch you up. We got something to say to you. Like we're not done. Come here. Oh Lord. Let's see there, miserable people looking to get their asses kicked. Well, they got what they were looking for. American Copperhead. Let's see here. We can legit do this whole. We can legit do this the whole live stream because I'm in tears. They was like, y'all. We probably could make an hour once I get through the comments. Malin said this is nuts. American Copperhead said, oh, we're getting cars involved now. Yes, y'all. Homegirl thought the line that goes this way, she was just gonna come in and do one of this here and then just do this and proceed, skip all of the back of this right here. She's just gonna come in right here and get her chicken sandwich. And that cement pole that was there said, no, not today. Let's see here. Poetry said, I don't even know what's happening in this one. I think she was talking about the one with the car. And Wolverine said, that's like 500 pounds worth of damage for a 3-pound sandwich. Exactly, it is. And like you heard somebody birthday, is it even that worth it? She's asking the girl who's eating it. I think that girl kind of said it was, but I know the girl said her sandwich was good. Let's see here. For a piece of chicken, SMA, that's what Bossy said. Tearing up their car for a $5 sandwich, OMG. And they eating the sandwich watching. Child, we done lost our heaven minds. Yeah. And that would have been me though, I'm not gonna lie. If I'd have been in a parking lot and saw some shit like that going down, I'd have been sitting there eating my sandwich watching, Hopefully I'd have gotten 2 sandwiches because I want to actually take one home and enjoy it. But, I'd be watching. If I saw some shit getting ready to go down, I'd be watching. I have my phone out, ready to go. Put this on my YouTube channel, Let's see here. Yeah, American Copperhead laughing at the girl who was sitting there eating her sandwich. And Kanisha said the sandwich is not that good to be acting like that. So I guess Kanisha's had it. Malvin said you can get 10 pounds of chicken at Walmart for $6. Cook at home. That's Malvin's. That's his PSA, his public service announcement to y'all. Let's see here. I'm gonna have white folks thinking they write about us and chicken and watermelon. SMH. You make a point, Journey. You make a point. Marion Copperhead says not that serious. People need to call Grubhub. Well, shoot, and Grubhub is probably like we're putting a moratorium on Popeyes, or we're not doing any Popeyes deliveries, until they take this sandwich off the menu, or until this shit dies down and y'all act like y'all used to it. Could you imagine though working for Grubhub and like, girl, we can't guarantee it's gonna be to you in 20 minutes. If we gotta go to Popeyes, we'll guarantee that it'll be there in 48 hours. Let's see here. Some Popeyes employees was caught selling chicken sandwich on the side. Yes, and I think that's what that fight where we saw the girl like raising up a fryer, getting ready to hit somebody. I think that's what was going on, because that was a fight just strictly between the employees. And I believe that the employees caught their co-worker, selling some chicken sandwiches on the side, pocketing the dough. Just hook me up, and give me that $3 straight to me. You're not gonna worry about it, So yeah. Let's see. I don't recall people getting this damn crazy over the Big Mac. I bet they didn't, y'all. I had McDonald's once in my life. I was in, I think I was about somewhere between 5 and 7 years old, and my mom's brother took me to McDonald's. Me and my sisters, and I'm, kind of excited because my parents never took us there. We have a place in Texas called Whataburger that has excellent, excellent burgers, and that's the fast food burger that I grew up on. But I would always hear people talk about McDonald's, and my uncle took us there. That was the nastiest shit I'd ever had in my life, and I've not been back to McDonald's since. I don't know what the fuck people are going on and on about Big Macs for. That shit was gross. So I bet that there's not been any lines for a freaking Big Mac like this, because that shit is nasty. I don't understand. Ooh, like, it's terrible. And my ex-husband used to get McDonald's, and he would have that shit at home. I would smell it in the house, and it would make me angry because it stunk. Like, I hate that shit. Ugh, let's see here. What America does, the UK will follow. Oh, so you think... Nah, Wolverine. Y'all got to get a Popeyes here first. Nah. Malvin says, see, at that point, just lock the door. What were you talking about? What were you talking about, Malvin? To lock the door. Mary Copperhead says she's trying not to laugh, but damn. I mean, yeah, like, because, it's like, okay, it would be a lot funnier if it were just, like, something that happened in a movie. But, yeah, that shit's crazy. Yeah, that R. Kelly thing was funny. Y'all killing me, man! That shit was funny. Malma said he bet R. Kelly wish he had some Popeyes right now. Lord. Mary Copperhead said they need to make those sandwiches illegal. The country is not ready for it. We're just not responsible enough as Americans to responsibly enjoy a chicken sandwich, I guess, y'all. We're not ready for it as a collective. White people fighting, no guns pulled out, ended with a riot. Without a riot. All he did was slap the truck softly. Don't touch my fucking truck. He whipped his ass, though, for real. And I believe he didn't have on any shoes, did he? The guy who was sitting in the truck who whipped at the guy's ass who touched his truck, he didn't have on any damn shoes. I didn't see any shoes. Did y'all? I didn't notice that man had on any shoes. Wolverine says Trump needs to sort out this mess. Oh wait, never mind. Let's see here. Just think if he would have touched him instead of the truck. I think that it probably would have been better off touching the man. I'm just saying, the white men I know are extra possessive about their trucks. I think he would probably just got a little touch back if he would have touched him. But you touch this truck, all bets are off. That's like, somebody calling a black person the N-word. Don't touch that white man's truck. That's like the ultimate sign of disrespect. Let's see here. These Popeye stories are right there with Florida man stories. Yes, and the one with the truck, the white guys with the truck, that actually was in Florida. But yes, they are up there. Let's see. Let's see. Shoot. Okay, I skipped a whole bunch of these comments, y'all. Miami losing it too. I didn't see any stories in Miami. Maybe you're thinking about the Texas story, Wolverine. Well said. The server threw first in the Texas story, I believe. Oh, you messing with the Latina. Well, that was two Latinas fighting. That was a Latina worker, and that was a Latina customer. I can't stand for someone to grab me when I was assaulted first. Oh, to break up a fight if you're fighting back and then they grab you. That would piss me off, I think. What request do you want to make, well? Yes, Maria Conchita Gonzalez. Lady B came back. Oh, Bashi said she's never had the sandwich, and we don't know. Maybe it is that good. Maybe it is worth all this fucking trouble. Um, if you close Popeyes, you can take the food home free. What do you mean? You talking about going and robbing Popeyes now? What are you talking about? Val Bondi came and said, "Damn, he's late." Mm. Poetry had probably already gone. I see she said she's at the airport heading home now. She enjoyed herself, so she probably left. If you're still here, have a safe flight. If you've already gone, thank you. Yeah, grown people work there. My ex worked there. She was 40. Malvin, you out here dating 40-year-old white girls who work fast food? Let me find out. Let's see here. I wonder if both cases, since they waited to get outside of Popeyes, would they still warrant a lawsuit? I'm guessing so. Poetry. I see you said you're still here. Okay. Because they were still on Popeye's property. Now maybe they had taken it across the street or something, you know. I'm guessing, but I believe it because they were still on Popeye's property. Popeye's gonna have to pay, but I hope they don't end up having to pay much because that bitch was asking for it. Let's see here. Vegans be like, "We told you so." I'm not vegan, but I'm vegetarian. I tell you. I can't see myself having the patience for it. Yes, Whataburger is good. If y'all haven't had Whataburger and you have access to Whataburger, or you come to Texas, you have to go to Whataburger. Best fast food burger, I believe. Best fast food drive-through burger, yeah, I believe so. Von D said, "I swear, man, it's getting wild out here." It is. We have the same thing when churches added spicy chicken. Are you serious, Malvin? People, and okay. When I was a chicken eater, church's chicken gross. I'd eat their fries, but their chicken was gross. I remember one time I went there and I got some chicken strips. Why the fuck was it dark meat? It's fucking chicken thigh strips. Who makes strips out of dark meat? Hey, Rido boy, that shit was gross. That shit was disgusting. Then a motherfucker, like, that's the kind of shit that make you want to get out the drive-thru and whip somebody's ass, like whip an employee's ass, and call them the N-word. Like, N-word, how you give me some dark meat chicken strips? What the hell is this? Like, y'all, I was so mad. It was rubbery and nasty. Oh, it was gross. It was gross. And them nasty ass little sweet biscuits they got. Ugh, churches you throw the whole chain away. That's just disgusting to me. Like, yuck. McDonald's is for fillet of fish or nuggets or quarter pound with extra mayo. Oof. I'm gonna take your word for it, girl, if you say so. Let's see. What? Let's see, what? Hold on. I'm trying to catch up with your comments, y'all. Okay, here we go. McDonald's equals a dry mouthful of cardboard. Their oatmeal and coffee are pretty good. Okay, I would take that chance. You know, and I only eat raw oatmeal. Like, I don't eat it cooked. Like, I just eat the dry oats. But coffee, I'll give anybody a chance with their coffee. Popeye's national emergency. Sing "Come Into My Life." I got so much love. I don't know that song well. It's YouTube's fault. All these big name mukbangers marketing and the influencing the masses. Okay, so Journey's blaming this Popeye melee on the YouTube mukbangers instead of the Popeye's area street gangbangers. It's the mukbangers' fault. Okay, girl. Let's see here. Um, he probably didn't wear shoes because he was expecting a quick trip through the drive-thru. Yeah, that's just country as fuck. I just how do you know? Like grown people don't get a pass for not wearing shoes. Cause what if something fucking happens? What if you get a fucking flat tire or you get in a car accident or anything like? What if you just have to hop your ass out of the car? You can't be walking around with no fucking shoes on. Man, no. Let's see here. Okay, poetry. Like she says, she's still with us. Her plane doesn't board for another 30 minutes, probably 25 at this point. Let's see. Um, no, I meant if you're a worker who closes. Oh, they let you take the food home. And see, now when my sister was working in fast food at Whataburger, actually that was her first job. My oldest sister, they would throw the whatever was left over, they would throw it away. And that was one thing she said that she hated. She's like, I hate seeing how much waste there is because she just wished that they could have given it away to people who needed it, but they would throw the food away. They says I worked in fast food when I was younger. It was gross, really gross, and very stressful. I believe you. I can't even lie. I was side hustling when I worked fast food too. What were you doing? Like selling some? Where did you work? And what were you doing? What were you selling on the side? We got Whataburger in Jacksonville. Yeah, and I know that like my superintendent on my project says that he has one Whataburger somewhere in Florida. Yes, my dogs are snoring. I'm so glad they're asleep. Right Up Boy says people fighting over chicken shows how far we have fallen. Can we just go back to the 90s? No, if we're going to go back, we have to go back to the 80s because that's my favorite. Let's see here. Lady B says their fraps are good. Dry cardboard, huh? Maybe that's why I like extra mayo on my quarter pounder. The filet of fish naturally has lots of tartar sauce. Let's see. If you think dark meat chicken strips are gross, don't ever eat a chicken nugget. Don't worry, I'm vegetarian. So yeah, Ty don't like church's chicken strips. Everyone get their cameras ready, right? There you go, Wolverine. Take notes. Let's see here. Y'all with the eggplants. Now, okay, not driving with shoes on is one thing. I've driven with no shoes on, but I've had my shoes in the fucking car. I'm not going to get out and walk in some nasty fucking pavement where, I mean, like, just, I already don't like walking around the house with shoes on because when you think about what happens on the ground, people spit on the ground, dogs shit on the ground, men piss on the ground. To think about already being on the sole of your shoe and then possibly on the sole of your fucking foot, like, okay, if you don't want to drive, like, okay, your car is your car. If you don't want to drive with shoes on, that's one thing. But you know, and there are times like if I'm wearing heels, you know, like out one night and then I don't want to drive home in my heels, but I'll have my flip flops, you know, in the passenger seat on the floor, you know, in the passenger floor, so that I can put some shoes on when I get my fucking feet out of the car. I don't want my walk around barefoot like I'm Fred Flintstone or something. I don't know. I don't do that. Okay. Journey says, but for real, that community has really big influence potential. I didn't mean it, but it's their fault, but they do have something to do with it, and just my opinion. Nobody paid me for it. I got you. Let's see. Thank you, American Copperhead, asking people to thumbs up me. Good night, Wolverine. I believe that's what you're telling us. Let's see here. Yes, y'all do hear my dogs snoring. Journey, they're, I'm glad, like I said, they're asleep. Whataburger and In-N-Out are the best fast food burgers. By the time that I'd heard of In-N-Out, I was already a vegetarian. I still have to try their fries. I tried one of their milkshakes and it was okay, but I still have to try their fries because I heard something that like their natural cut or something, like there's something special about their fries. They didn't have a really large menu, and really I think that their fries is probably the only thing that I can have besides a milkshake. So I'm going to try their fries. Let's see here. Gentleman, my ass. What? Is that for me? Let's see. Selling 15 pieces of chicken using the same receipt over and over on 5 through, so they wouldn't know it in the back, and desserts out of the back door. Leaves chicken. Okay, you don't have to say where, girl. We don't want anybody come looking for you. Let's see here. I'll delete that when this comes up. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Soul Sessions. I didn't see you come through. I didn't see you come in. Hey, Soul Sessions. Let's see. We absorb things through the soles of our feet. Yes, exactly. Lord, yes, yes. People were brawling over chicken. Yes, we're about done with the comments. So I've always some sort of shoes on. I cannot stand to be barefoot anywhere unless I'm in a pool, shower, or bed. I understand. Oh, I'm in Florida. No In-N-Out burger from Malman. Did we talk about T.I. yet? No, T.I. is the very next thing we're getting ready to talk about right away. They're not pre-cooked. Their fries are cut and cooked fresh, but I'm not a huge fan. Oh, so I might not like the fries. I think we passed statute of limitations. Oh, okay, so we good. We can talk about it. She made out like a band over that one. Okay, well, it's time to talk about T.I.'s stupid ass. Y'all ready? T.I. This Negro is exhausting. We've already spent an hour talking about Popeyes. Oh gosh. Okay, but I'm not gonna log off. We gotta keep going, y'all. Y'all know I'm trying to have my streams only be an hour when they go up, but oh well, it is what it is. Here we go. We're going a little bit old school style, but I'm gonna have to log off and come back to do the rest of it. And I didn't want to go past 7 because I don't want to cut into the time when people are like in prime time watching TV, like watching their Housewives of Atlanta or Married to Medicine or whatever the heck they're watching. Thank y'all for sticking with me though, and thank y'all for the thumbs up. Let's go on and get to fucking T.I. T.I. Oh, okay, good night, Poetry. I see you said you're going aboard. T.I. received major backlash when he revealed during a podcast that he regularly has a doctor check his daughter's hymen to confirm her virginity. And now the female host of the show apologized for not immediately calling him out, and they have deleted the episode. The Ladies Like Us, that's the name of the podcast. Ladies Like Us hosts Nazanin Mandi and Nadia Moham issued a statement on Thursday admitting that they should not have laughed following the rapper's comments about the long debunked practice denounced by medical professionals during the November 5th podcast. To everyone confused, angry, and hurt by the recent episode of Ladies Like Us, we want to start out by saying that we sincerely apologize for our knee-jerk reaction to the uncomfortable topic, the host wrote on Instagram. They said, quote, "We were completely caught off guard, shocked, and looking back, we should have reacted much differently in the moment." You think? These two broads deleted the podcast Thursday after being flooded with 1-star reviews from angry commenters on Apple Podcasts. Now it's according to BuzzFeed. Fans and other celebrities immediately went on the attack via Twitter, calling the Atlanta-based rapper disgusting, possessive, controlling, and just plain uninformed about the long debunked theory that an intact hymen indicates virginity. Quote, "The comments that were made and the reaction that followed are not in any way a reflection of our personal views on the topic," these two dumb broads wrote. We support and love women and feel that their bodies are theirs to do as they wish. There was absolutely no ill intent towards any party involved. We feel deeply awful about the entire incident. I guess that's why they were laughing like mental patients when he was describing these stories. They continued, "We are not perfect, take full accountability of our action, and are continuously learning along the way. We know an apology doesn't make this go away, but we welcome the discussion. That's what our podcast is about." If y'all take full accountability, why the fuck did you delete the podcast? Why not leave it up there so people can continue to hear and continue to roast your ass and continue to give you 1-star reviews for the bullshit that y'all pulled? Y'all don't completely take accountability. Let's see here. The rapper, 39 years old. I thought that T.I. was a little bit older than that, but he seems like he's much younger by his level of maturity. But anyway, he bragged during the podcast that he's positive his 18-year-old daughter, Deja Harris, is still a virgin because they, quote, have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her hymen. Quote, "I will say as of her 18th birthday, her hymen is still intact." That's what T.I. said. However, the World Health Organization said there is no place for the virginity or two-finger testing because it has no scientific validity. And they also acknowledge that practice is, quote, a violation of human rights of girls and women and can be, quote, detrimental to women and girls' physical and psychological and social well-being. Hey, Mrs. LP, thank you for being here. How are you doing, love? Y'all know I love Mrs. LP. T.I. also discussed how he convinces his daughter to waive her privacy rights during her gynecological exams. Quote, the doctor is like, "You know, sir, I have to, in order to share information," I'm like, "Deja, they want you to sign this so we can share information," he said. "Is there anything you would not want me to know?" "See, doc, ain't no problem." So she just, signs the form because her dad is basically like manhandling her to, to sign it. And she has to go home with it. I guess sounds like she probably still lives with her parents. But I mean, how freaking disgusting. So listening to these two dummies laughing their heads off at T.I.'s cute daddy story made me sick and made me think that their apology was total BS. They deleted the podcast. Like I said, they are tired and lame. And I've seen 2 other YouTubers discuss this topic, and both of them that I saw played a clip from that show that T.I. does with his family. I think it's called Family Hustle or some shit like that. Well, in the clip that they showed, the family, they're on a family outing. Maybe they were at the beach or something. I can't quite recall. And his 14-year-old son admits that he is no longer a virgin. Do you think that T.I.'s bitch ass had the same kind of energy for his son? You think that he had that same kind of energy for his 14-year-old son that he does for his 18-year-old daughter? Nope. He laughed it off and he said something like, "Oh boy, your mama gonna be heartbroken." But I believe that then later he had a confessional moment, a one-on-one camera time with the one-on-one moment with the camera, and he admitted to feeling very differently about his sons having sex versus his daughters having sex. But here's the deal, T.I., you disgusting pig. Unless your son is gay, he is having sex with someone's daughter, someone else's daughter, and possibly tearing their hymen. The hymens that you love to check. I mean, if you're so concerned about your daughter's hymen, then why not show the same concern for the hymen of the girl that your son is sticking his little peen into? And he joked about, the way he joked about her waiving her medical privacy rights. Gross. Also gross. I've never heard this podcast or, heard of this podcast or these lame ass chicks before T.I. got on their show. but I never want to hear about any of them again, T.I. included. This was just gross and shows how misogynistic and possessive and archaic and clueless T.I. truly is. And I mean, this is from a man who is known to repeatedly and in the most public fashion cheat on his wife. I mean, if T.I.'s funny looking ass isn't taking him to a doctor to get his dirty dick checked, then nobody under that roof needs to be taking anybody to find out anything sex related from any doctor, period. That's how I feel about that. But let me see if I can find a clip. Let me see if I can find this clip and play so y'all can hear for yourselves. Let's see. If I can find a clip, go, because I think the only way that I can get to it is through this one YouTuber who had it. So let me see if I can get his thing up, because I want y'all to hear for yourselves. Like, it's really gross. It's really gross. Let's see. Okay, 124 to 504. Give me a second, y'all, because if you haven't heard it for yourself, I want everybody to be as grossed out as I am, I guess. So let's see.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What if it is to find sources for this to
Season alternate.
Okay.
But, you know,
I heard about the girls that you said they heard just like what they
All I have is the audio.
contingencies.
what's like what?
There are contingencies and alternative routes.
Oh, Lord. So have you had the sex talk with your daughters?
Have I? We go.
Which, by the way, your daughters are so beautiful.
Yeah, so beautiful.
So, I'm sure you have your hands full.
And like the other one's 18, so she definitely knows
Oh,
about sex. But I'm just
Wait,
saying.
it's Deja, right? She's 18,
Yes,
right?
Deja's 18, just graduated high school now, and she's attending her first year of college, figuring it out for herself. And yes, not only have we had the conversation, we have yearly trips to the gynecologist to check her height.
Oh,
You, hey, I'm done with you right now.
So,
Do you go
Birthday
with her?
party.
She's a prisoner.
yes, I go with her.
Somebody check on
I
Deja.
go with her.
She's a prisoner.
So let me tell you, right? So this is one time.
Oh, no.
Well, I think this might have been at the 16th birthday. And this is what we do. Like, right after the birthday, we celebrate. And,
We go and check her hymen after.
And,
What the fuck?
usually like the day after the party, she's enjoying her gifts. I put a sticky note on the door. Guy knows. Tomorrow, 9:30.
Oh, this is great.
And so look, right? So we'll go. You know what I mean? We'll go and sit down. We'll sit down, and then the doctor will come and talk. And the doctor's maintaining a high level of professionalism. He's like, well, sir, I have to, in order for me to share information. I say, Deja, I didn't want you to sign this.
Sign this right now. I need to know if your hymen's still there.
So we can share information. Is there anything that you would not want me to know? Oh, okay. See, Doc, ain't no problem.
You are the worst.
So then, right? Then they come and say, okay, well, I just want you to know that there are other ways besides sex that the hymen can be broken.
Right.
Like bike riding,
Really?
athletics, horseback riding.
That's aggressive.
I have views with you.
Just other forms of athletic physical activity.
is she an athlete?
No.
There you
So I
go.
say,
You're like, sorry,
I say,
Doc,
look,
that's not a
look, Doc.
possibility.
I say, look, Doc.
She's not.
She don't ride no horses. She don't ride no bike. She don't play no sports, man. Just check the hymen, please, and give me back my results.
Oh, dude.
Expeditiously.
No. Expeditiously.
But I will, you know, I will say as of her 18th birthday, her hymen is still in.
Oh my.
Deja, you are an angel.
You know what you're doing? You're creating men to be vultures because they're like, I'm a virgin.
That's all right. I'll
They're
tell
like,
you another story.
there's no virgins left.
I'll tell you another story.
He's a virgin.
Man, they're no fun. Who wants a virgin?
Well,
They're no fun.
that's,
Who wants a
that,
virgin?
I'll agree with you.
Like, really? Who
Really,
wants, like,
yes. I don't know.
all of that work?
There's some weird people out
Yeah,
there that are
they'll
just like,
pay for it.
Yeah, they will.
They'll pay for
Yeah.
it.
For real.
They'll ask for a refund.
His cute little daddy story about taking his daughter to the gynecologist and making her turn over the results on her hymen examination. And he announces to the world that his 18-year-old daughter's hymen is still intact. I would be terrified if my father wanted to go to my gynecologist appointments with me. For the ladies in the house, is that something that your father did with you on a regular basis? When I did have to go to the gynecologist and I was living under my parents' roof, it was my mother who would take me to those appointments. I can't imagine my father even wanting to go to a gynecologist appointment with me. And I can't imagine him, furthermore, expressing to whomever, especially the whole fucking world, but what the results from any of my tests were. You know, hey, you know, like going back to work and hey, fellas, guess what? My daughter's still a virgin. Just thought you'd all want to know that, you know, like, why is your daughter's hymen a topic of discussion? This is like some 18th century, 15th century, 16th century King Henry VIII bullshit, you know, well, I'll marry this girl and I'll give you a very large dowry if you can prove to me that her hymen is intact and that she's got childbearing hips. Like, this is the kind of shit that, you know, like how the things that are said about when they sell cattle or when they sell people as slaves. Like, you know, why are you so possessive of a grown woman, mind you, in the eyes of the law at 18 years old? She is a grown woman. Why are you so concerned about what's going on with this grown woman's reproductive system and her health, and you don't have that same energy for your 14-year-old son? Your 14-year-old son can go and stick his little fucking penis in anybody else's daughter's hymen, but your daughter's hymen needs to be in check. You're disgusting. And anybody who agrees with this, you need to check yourself, because this is not normal. This is not normal behavior. This is the behavior of a possessive man who looks at women as things and objects and something that they possess and control. This is absolutely disgusting, but let me see what y'all's comments are. Here we go. I just saw your comment right up, boy. I'm gonna get to it. Let me go back though and see what y'all are saying. But this is disgusting. It took the cake for me. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Soul Session says, what has T.I. done this time? Well, now you know. Let's see here. American Copperhead says, what kind of shit? Yeah, exactly. That's the proper question, I think, to be asking at a time like this. Journey says, I heard that podcast and I did not hear shock. I heard them in full agreement and laughing about it. Exactly. So now you can tell for yourself. You got to hear their apology, their written apology. But then when you hear them on that podcast, no, not once were they like, T.I., you need to check yourself on that, homeboy. Like, that's not right. Why are you doing that to your daughter? What's wrong with you? Like, there was none of that energy. They were just laughing like it was just the cutest story they ever heard. Let's see here. Soul Session says, what? That's mental. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it's mental. I'm doing well, Mrs. LP. Thank you for being here. I don't know if you're still in here, but thank you. Right Up Voice says, I think it's a bit far, but in a time when so many kids growing up without dads and getting pregnant young, I'm going to have to give them a pass. Sorry. Yeah, you're alone in that, Right Up, or at least as far as I'm concerned. There are probably some people out there who agree with you. I don't. Let's see. I know I believe T.I. means well. He just went about things the wrong way. What is the right way then? Because I don't see how he means well. I don't see how he means well, Bondi. And I have a father who I grew up with who was in the home every single night, who had 3 daughters, who was protective of us, but never made me feel violated or weird about going to gynecologist appointments with me and asking anything that was going on with me and my sexual reproductive health. And I did not have sex until I was 20 years old. So what is the right way to go about this? I don't see it. I don't see it. And not coming from a man who cheats on his wife all the time. No, I only see him as a possessive, misogynistic asshole. Tell me what the right way is to go about something like this, please. Okay, Ryder Boy says, okay, let me take back what I just said. Didn't know that about his son. Exactly. So, okay, I'm glad that you took that back, Ryder Boy. But, how is this just a protective father? My dad was protective, but he never asked to see any results from any of my gynecologist appointments regarding any fucking thing. How is this protective? It sounds like this is like the kind of shit you do when you're parading around a horse that you want to sell. That's not how you treat a human. That's so fucking disgusting. And anybody who agrees with it, I'm sorry. We gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. But I think it's gross. I think you're disgusting if you agree with what he's doing. Let's see here. And especially if you can't see the double standard when you see that he's fine with his 14-year-old son sticking his little dick in other girls' hymen. So if you are agreeing with what he's doing and you're finding that, this is probably the right way to go about things, then I need for you to explain to me how he deals with his son and how that can be correct if how he's dealing with his daughter is a total opposite, because there are repercussions to what his son is doing for someone else's daughter, assuming that the little boy is having sex with girls and not other little boys. So explain that to me. Let's see here. Well says T.I. sounds like a stand-up guy. And I don't know if you mean that or if you're trolling, but he doesn't to me. Let's see. Funny looking ass with a dirty dick. Yes. Journey, yes. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry, Soul Sessions, to read that. I just kind of saw one of your comments to somebody else. Let's see. I hate his voice too at this point of view as a view, because he's a phony intellectual. T.I. sounds like he hangs out with guys who are actually smart, but he never has actually picked up a book and said it and read anything for himself. He sounds like a fucking idiot. Let's see. He sounds as if he's trying to speak intelligently, not knowing he's not a creep. Exactly. Oh my gosh, that's exactly how he usually sounds to me, especially when he's trying to sound intelligent about something. He comes across sounding like a real dumbass. Let's see here. Soul Session says never. I think you're talking about your father going to an appointment with you, a gynecologist appointment with you. Nay West said that's uncomfortable. Yeah, who the fuck? Why is Tiny letting her husband take their daughter to gynecologist appointments? That's so fucking weird, especially when it's a situation where there's a mother in the house. It'd be one thing if he were a single dad And I don't have a woman around to do this. There's no woman I trust, so I'm gonna have to take my daughter to the appointment. But why are you even going when you have a whole ass Smokey Robinson looking wife sitting in the house with you? Why are you even going to her female appointments to begin with? Wouldn't it be a mess if someone came out with videos proving the opposite? Oh, exactly, it would. I mean, because like everyone's trying to say, and like the medical experts who've come out to talk about this are saying, your hymen being intact doesn't prove a damn thing. Your hymen can be torn and you can be a virgin. Your hymen can be intact and you can have had sex. So, oh yeah, how funny it would be if somebody came out, not unfortunately, not at the expense of his daughter, but yeah, like, what if his daughter released her own sex tape? Like, yeah, Negro, here's a sex tape of me. This was 3 months before my last appointment, dummy, but yeah, my hymen's still intact, but, oh gosh, let's see here. T.I. is setting D. T.I. is right, D. T.I. is right, D setting an example. Let it be a trend. Yeah, obviously I disagree. Well. Let's see. Right away, since our lab, she ends up pregnant, but they told him the hymen was still intact, which could happen, as these medical professionals are trying to explain. Let's see here. Mary Copperhead said, that's so messed up. My dad would never even talk about what happened at my gynecologist appointment unless it was serious. Right, exactly. That's not their business. Really, truth be told, not really necessarily your mom's business once you get past a certain age, but if there's a mother in the house, why is that not what she's doing? At being a woman and someone who can talk you through things and who's been through things that your body's going to experience. Soul Session says, it's just predatory and incestuous. He needs help or jail. And I've heard people say incestuous, and that's obviously that's not the vibe that I get from it. I don't think he wants to do anything with his daughter. That's not the vibe that I get, but it is certainly predatory. It's disgusting to me. I bet she paid the doctor to lie. Let's see. T.I. seems to take great pleasure in violating his daughter's privacy. He truly does. And I feel sorry for the girl. And one thing now, the little girl, the young lady, I should say, she hasn't spoken out, but she has been going on to different posts on Twitter where people are speaking out against her father and liking those comments when they're saying things like, how controlling, how possessive, what a clown. She's liking those comments. So, and like I said, I know that she's 18 years old, she's in college, but I don't know if she's still technically living under her parents' roof, like when she's not at school, or is she going to school in Atlanta and comes home every day. So living under that roof, there's only so much that she's going to feel free to say, but she has been liking comments where people are saying that her father is violating her privacy. So this is not something that she likes. And I cannot imagine any situation where I would feel comfortable with my dad discussing anything that's going on with my reproductive system to anyone, to his friends, to his co-workers, let alone on a fucking, podcast or radio broadcast type situation. That's gotta be embarrassing. Let's see. Y'all think he's just being protective? No, I don't. Because he has sons and daughters, so why isn't he not being protective of his daughters? And like I said, for y'all who agree with him, I need for y'all to tell me what's up with his son then. Tell me what's up with that. If you agree with him treating his 18-year-old daughter like this, then where's that energy for his 14-year-old son? Get out of here with that bullshit. I think he's being protective. I think this is just something he should not have made public. I'm not a big fan of T.I., but I think he really loves his children, and that's just how he processes. I don't, Journey. You know that I disagree. If he had, like I said, the only way that I could see it, where I wouldn't feel 100%, I would still feel that it was wrong, but if he had the same energy for his sons, then I could feel that way, but I don't. I don't feel that way at all. I think that this is disgusting. And the fact that these ladies just sat there and laughed at this like this was, the cutest childhood story ever, the cutest little daddy story ever, disgusts me. And I hope that nobody listens to their podcast anymore. I never heard of it before this anyway, but whatever. I just think maybe it's overprotective, and I do agree that it's evasive of her privacy. I don't care about her age. It is very evasive. Yeah, I mean, and it's. I think the fact that she's 18 now, that she is technically an adult now, is all the more like you have literally no right to this information. I think that like with children, as far as like the HIPAA, health privacy or whatever, I think that maybe 16 and younger, like kids have to disclose that information to their parents, or like a parent has to have that information. But at 18, but Journey's saying, regardless of her age, that she does at least find it evasive. But I don't find it protective at all. I find it being possessive, not protective. And what kind of doc gives an 18-year-old medical exam to her father or allow him to remain in the room? Where's the board? Now, I don't know if he remains in the room during the exam, but because T.I. has her to sign over her rights, to her privacy rights to her information, that's why the doctor is giving him the information. And did you hear how he said, he's telling the story, and he says that, I get the rights. I just tell her, hey, Deja, it's not nothing you don't want me to know, is it? Okay, well, go on and sign that paper so we can share this information. And then he says, the doctor explains to him, okay, well, the hymen could be torn from her doing other things, other sporting activities, horse riding, bike riding. Well, she don't do none of that. Just do this test and hand me my results. They are not your results, Negro. You don't have a hymen with your 5'4" ass. Ooh, I cannot. He's such an ass. But yeah, but that's why the doctor's doing it, because his daughter signs over her rights. Now, nobody should be selling or sharing your medical information, but if you sign the rights over to do so, then they can. They should. They're supposed to if you ask them to share your information. But yeah, that's why the doctor's doing it. It's not just some willy-nilly doctor just, gone crazy, but yeah. That's how Soul Sessions. Let's see. I agree with the comment you're making about the son also. Yeah, and if you're calling him being possessive about his daughter, then you can't. I mean, unless you are labeling yourself a hypocrite, you gotta have that same energy for the son. And explain to me what's up with that, because he's just perfectly fine with his little 14-year-old son going and potentially ruining other little girls' hymens. Not cool. Let's see. I know there are a lot of girls out there that wish they had a father figure to take care of them like he does. Where, Bondi? Because I have a father who took care of me. But where are these girls who wishing that they had a father who was invading their sexual privacy? Where? Because I'm not seeing that energy on social media, that's for sure. Where are these girls? Let's see. What are y'all saying? I just think there's also a lot of young girls who could use this type of protectiveness but not be made public. I just 100% disagree, Journey. Because I don't consider it protectiveness, I consider it possessiveness, and I don't think that anybody needs this kind of shit. I don't see a need for this kind of care. Right away says if he's doing with both his son and daughter, I will let it go. Yeah, and I could say that too. I would still think it was weird as fuck, but I could say, okay, well, he just wants to be sure that all his children wait until they're adults to have sex. But that's not what it is. Why are you looking at your girls like this and your sons another way? So your sons get to just run around willy-nilly and put their little wee-wees in whoever other person's daughter's hymen, but your daughter, you're having her examine like she's a horse that you're going to buy, or a chattel slave that you're going to buy. Is she going to be able to perform the way that I need it to? I need this inspected like she's a fucking car. No, I'm not here for that. Yeah, the shit is still weird though. Yeah, I would think the shit was weird, but at least I would say, okay, he's not a fucking hypocrite. He's doing it for his sons and his daughters. American Copperhead says, I think those girls wish they had fathers that cared about them, sure. But I doubt they want a father who didn't give a damn about their feelings or privacy. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you want someone to care, but nobody's asking for someone to, no girl, I don't care if she didn't have a father. No girl is asking for someone to, is asking for some man to come to her gynecologist appointment and share her information with the fucking world. Nobody wants that shit. Bondi says, I hear what you guys are saying though. Nay says, I've talked very openly with my dad and think I'm the one that made him uncomfortable, but he has never made me feel uncomfortable about anything. Yeah, and I can see that more so being the case. I remember, oh my gosh, the first time I saw some little boy's wee-wee, I was a little girl. Some little boy was out running in front of my grandmother's house nude, naked, and I was like, Daddy, what's that thing in front of him? And my dad's like, I don't know, you're gonna have to ask your mom. Like, and I was like 5 then. I'm 43 now, and that's still the same energy that he has with me about anything that goes on below the belt, you know? Like, so I could not imagine, no, my dad taking me to a fucking gynecologist appointment and then and asking the gynecologist for information about me. Gross. Let's see here. There's a lot of girls out here running wildin'. A lot of girls out here today running wildin'. Is that coming for someone else, Bondi, or just a general comment? And what does that have to do with anything? If she's 18 years old, what if she is? And the thing is, the girl seems to have a decent head on her shoulders. There are men who are approaching her on social media all the time, and she's like, hey, I'm just a teenager, leave me alone. The girl seems like she has her head on her shoulders, and that's the thing, as parents, if you're confident that you instilled the values in them that you needed to, then you don't run up behind them checking to see what's going on with their gynecologist appointments. I mean, unless T.I., you're concerned that she's looking at your actions that have been very public and you're hoeing around, and you're concerned that she's going to pick that up, then yeah, I could see you being a little bit concerned. But I don't like this do as I say, not as I do bullshit that parents do. Kids are too wise, and at the age of 18, too old for that kind of shit. Let's see here. I'm curious how he finds out anything on his daughter that HIPAA law prevents. Well, okay, Nay West, I think that you see it now, right? Because I just explained that to Soul Sessions, because she was saying she didn't understand it either, and that's what they were saying. That's what he said in the podcast. I get her to sign that over to me. When because he said the doctor explained to him, well, I can't give you. He's like, hey, Deja, ain't nothing you don't want Daddy to know, right? Go on and sign that so I can get my results on my hymen. So that's how he's the one telling his daughter to sign the paper. So she's signing over her rights so that he can get the information. That's how that's happening. So again, nobody be under the illusion that there's some doctor out there just willy-nilly giving TI results on his daughter. He's getting his daughter to sign over her rights. Hey, but that's my opinion. He didn't have to put the information out like that. Yeah, I mean, and maybe a lot of men would be behind him or whatever, but I really do hate that he put her on Front Street like that. That's disgusting. Ryder Boy says, I get battered wife vibes from Tiny, but I hope not. And I don't know. There's definitely something about Tiny that makes me feel like maybe at the very least there's some type of emotional abuse or something, or maybe she just... Okay, I've never found Tiny attractive. And when I used to, years ago, have a crush on Ti. I was like, man, how did he end up with Tiny? Because she just looks like, you know, a human version of Miss Piggy. And then as she got the more and more surgery, you know, she started to look like Smokey Robinson. But then I'm like, you know, then when I see how he treats her and how, you know, he cheats on her, and how when she like has goes out in public and dances with Floyd Mayweather, then it's a problem for him. You know, I'm like, it makes me feel like there is at the very least like some kind of emotional abuse issues, definitely some kind of controlling, possessive issues with them, because Ti is that kind of a pig. But it's something, and so it kind of made me feel like looking at her, maybe she's like, you know, I know I'm not that cute, and so let me just hang on to this guy because other women see him as a prize, and I might not be able to get anything that looks like this again, type of vibe that I get from her. But I don't know for sure, obviously. Let's see here. Please let a white boy get her pregnant for the culture. I would laugh all the way to hell. And you know, I don't even know that he would necessarily have a problem with that. I mean, only, you know, of course, if it happened before marriage. But T.I. also strikes me as colorist, so I could see him being one of those Negroes who wouldn't mind lightening up the family. Let's see here. Nay says, no, my oldest at the age of 14 did not have to disclose any medical information because of HIPAA laws, and I found that at the doctor's office. I was floored. Oh, I was floored. Okay, so at 14 she doesn't have to. So I don't know what that age is then. I don't know what the cutoff is. I don't know if it's different in different states. Seems like it should be a federal thing. So I don't know what the age is. But I guess you're not, you know, putting a strong arm on her to hand it over. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. A loose boy is not the same as a loose girl. It's different. How? How is it different unless you're just a hypocrite or a misogynist? How is it different? How? A loose boy can get a girl pregnant. A loose girl can end up pregnant. But how? You're fucking with someone else's daughter, a girl. So how is it any different? That's really ignorant to me when I hear people talk like that. Honestly, I don't know so much that I wish my father asked my doctor for results on my hymen, but looking back over my life, I wish my father would have been involved and talking to me. What kinds of things do you wish that he talked to you about? I'm just curious. I may have lived differently. That's actually an interesting point. For the ladies in the house, do you wish your fathers were more involved as far as your sexual reproductive health went, or I guess just having those uncomfortable conversations? Let's see. My daughter and I have a close relationship. I raised her, and not on no sick stuff. I've been to the OBGYN at her request. Well, that's you. And if your daughter's requesting it, that's one thing. It certainly does not seem like T.I.'s daughter is requesting him to come, seeing how she's liking these comments about people calling him a clown and an asshole for doing what he's doing. And everyone's different, but his daughter's not requesting that. And at 18 years old, it is disgusting to me. Let's see. Mike, that's Mike Jones who said that. Let's see. I think what was missing is that I am taking T.I. out of the equation with my input. I'm like 90% in agreement with you. There's just something about this that makes me think of little girls out there who think their fathers don't care for them at all. I guess I'm kind of going off topic with that way. I guess because you know, I can't take T.I. out of the conversation because this is a conversation about T.I. and this isn't about, for me, This isn't a conversation about fathers not caring in general, fathers caring or not caring, because this is not a matter of care to me when you don't have that same care for your sons. So that then it crosses a murky water and it no longer becomes care. It's something else. It's possessiveness. And so yeah, if we were having a conversation in general about, fathers who were absent or fathers who were there but didn't do enough, then that's a different conversation to me than what's going on right here. To me. Yes, boys and girls are different, but how is their having sex as teenagers different? How is it okay for a fucking 14-year-old boy who has no way, no money of his own, no way to take care of a child that he might bring into this world? How is that a different situation than an 18-year-old girl who is at least is an adult having their father check on what they're doing sexually? Yeah, we're in complete disagreement. That's a really duh. Like, boys and girls are different, but what the fuck does that have to do with teenagers having sex? I bet he would make his son. I bet he wouldn't make his son bend over and spread his cheeks so he can find out the extent of his sexual interaction. That's the equivalent of what he's doing to his daughter. Exactly. That is. And so unless you want to go around and examine your son like a piece of equipment or like a horse you're getting ready to buy, then what you're doing to your daughter is just dead ass wrong. Let's see here. Girls out there still think their fathers don't care for them at all. I guess, yeah, okay, so we went over that. Okay. Okay, well, I'm not even gonna read this comment. Okay, now I'll read it. Nobody values a loose woman. Men don't respect them, neither do most women. Okay, and nobody's saying that this little girl is loose. What does that have to do with the price of beans in China? What does that have to do with anything? Mike Jones says, my two sons get explained about diseases and thoughts, but women are more emotional and she needs extra guidance because women get more emotionally attached. Well, that's good, Mike. I'm glad you're talking to your sons as well. Let's see. Lady V says, I don't even know why he's doing that to her anyway. Does he know if she even likes males? She may be a virgin the rest of her days. That could be a struggle. She wouldn't be comfy discussing with T.I. That could be a possibility too. But the thing is, he's such a fucking idiot. This test isn't doing anything but violating her body. It's not telling him whether or not she's a virgin. This girl could have lost her virginity 2 years ago and still have an intact hymen. But he's such a fucking idiot that he thinks he's really getting the job done. And being able to say, well, I'm a good dad because my 18-year-old daughter's hymen's still intact. Give yourself a fucking pat on the back, you cheating ass, disgusting ass, stupid ass Negro. Congratulations. Like, are you kidding me? Tiny's not battered. That's plastic surgery. Okay, Journey, hush. You're wrong for that. Not battered like battered and deep fried. Stop. Oh, Lord. Let me see. I don't know how to feel about T.I. as a father in general. I don't follow T.I. like that. And unfortunately, the only time I hear about T.I. is when he's doing something stupid or saying something stupid, and usually it's him being a fucking misogynist or saying something bad about dark-skinned black people, usually women, but in some cases even men. I don't follow T.I. I don't watch their show. I don't know. So I don't know how I feel about him as a father in general. I know that I wouldn't want, as a father for my children, a man who does the things that I do see him do. So I don't know. I wouldn't want him to be my goddamn daddy, and I wouldn't want him to be the father of my children. So I don't know how to feel about him. Yes, the dogs are here. They're asleep. Let's see here. And that's for Bondi asking me how I feel about Ti as a father in general. I don't know, but from what I'm seeing, it ain't good. Girl, Mayweather says not Smokey Robinson. Why you say it so casually? I nearly choked. Cause she does look like Smokey Robinson. Go look at some pictures of Tiny and do a photo grid with a picture of Smokey Robinson next to it. You will see twins. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Let's see. Tiny seems to reek of low self-worth. Soul Sessions TV is saying, and she said her mother used to get abused by her dad on Behind the Music. So sad. That's believable. Yes, and she does definitely reek of low self-esteem, in my opinion. You know, looking at all this stuff she's done with her body, with her face, and it all does to me seem like she's trying to get T.I. to like focus his attention on her instead of all these other women he's been cheating with. But yeah, I do get that sense from her. Let's see here. Okay, so then it varies from state to state, because Journey's saying that in Texas the confidentiality laws are for 16 and younger. Okay, so then it varies from state to state. And Justice Handbricks, hey, I'm sorry, I think I saw you come in, but I was wrapped up in something and I was saying when I saw you. How are you doing? Let's see here. Handbricks said he was wrong as fuck about that energy to his sons. Exactly. He was just wrong. He was just absolutely wrong. You know, and I could give it some energy. I could give it, you know, a pass, maybe a half-ass pass if he had some type of similar energy for his sons, but he doesn't. So you can just let your sons run wild, but you need to be checking your daughter's hymen like she's a 2020 Infiniti that you're getting ready to purchase. No, sir. I don't think so. Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Why didn't Tiny go to the appointment instead of him? That's what I wanted to know. There are two parents in the house. If he were a single father, I would get it. But I still wouldn't get what he's doing. But why didn't mom go? If someone must go. At 18 years old, why isn't the girl going by herself? You know? Again, if she wants a parent there with her, fine, but it doesn't seem like she wants T.I. there with her. Let's see, no, honestly, my dad is crazy and violent. I prefer him right where he is. A call from another state once a year, but that's our situation and not the norm. I actually understand that better than American Crawford. But yeah, let's see. Bondi says, I still think T.I. is a good father overall. Like I said, I have no way to know what kind of father he is, but this is fucking trash. That I do know. Let's see here. Shit. Yes, I have the dogs. They're both laying down. I'm glad they're asleep, right, oh boy? Let's see. Yes, when she got her eyes done, I think that's when Smokey came to the picture. Yes, girl, when she went and got blue eye implants, not fucking contacts. That girl went and got her eye color changed from brown to blue. A permanent surgery. That's when she started looking like, I don't care what they think about me, and I don't care what they say. I was like, oh no, that's not Smokey, that's that girl from Escape. Okay, let's see here. How we know he doesn't talk to his sons though. Bondi, I'm telling you what I saw. And when he didn't have any energy for his fucking 14-year-old son, who's already having sex, then that said everything that I needed to know. His sons are actual people who can go and have sex, and his daughter is a possession. That's how he's treating them. And there's so many other things that T.I. has done to let us know that he's a misogynistic asshole when it comes to him. We were just talking about him last week and the shit that he's been pulling on Iggy Azalea. It makes me wonder if that Negro was sleeping around with her too, because he can't keep her name out of his mouth. But he's just gross. Sorry. Tiny proves not all light skins are cute. If you need any more proof than that, yeah, they're not. They're not all cute, just like not all brown skinned girls are cute, not all dark skinned girls are cute, not all white women are cute, not all Asian women are cute. There's ugly and cute in everybody. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, always checks his timing, but he gets dissatisfied each time. I'm so sorry, honey. Let's see here. Smokey Robinson looks like Barry Manilow. She looks like that. Whoa, she does. Let's see here. That plastic surgery didn't work. She still looks bad. Okay, we're not gonna turn this into a tiny bashing session, but she does look bad. Oh Lord. Let's see. So many men were commenting that those were his results since she wasn't grown at the time and his responsibility. At 18 years old, she's recognized as an adult here, but yeah, they're still not his results unless he has a hymen on his little 5'4" ass. Those are not his results. Sorry. Yes, American Copperhead 14. That's what I was saying when I started this story. I've seen two other YouTubers do commentary on this, and they both inserted clips from whatever that show is called. I believe it's called Family Hustle. And I believe his family was on an outing at the beach, and his 14-year-old son breaks to them that he has had sex. And he just laughed it off and said, ha ha, your mama gonna be heartbroken. But then in his confessional, he says some shit like, why, I do look at it very, he says that he looked at it differently, boys having sex than girls having sex. So I guess that's why he doesn't take his sons through the rigmarole of, what is, basically likened to a car inspection once a year concerning their sexual matters. Let's see here. Yes, 14. So it's okay for his son to be tearing up some. Okay, yeah, I guess I lost y'all for a second. So anyway, yeah, it's okay for his son to be tearing up some other little girl's hymen, but his own daughter's hymen needs to be intact. The fuck? Let's see here. Yes, he did say exactly just as Hammer said that he said on air that he was different towards King, and I guess that's his son's name. Like I said, I don't follow the family, but he did. Really wish the women who interviewed him would have said something to him. Iggy Azalea wrote in a tweet, he has serious control issues with women in all aspects of his life and needs therapy. Journey says she just found that, and y'all, I'm not no Iggy Azalea fan, but she's absolutely right about that. He's disgusting when it comes to women. Here, 16 is legal age for sex, and that's about what it is in most of our states. It varies from state to state. Here, it's not a national age, but it does vary from state to state here. And 16 is pretty close. I think it's probably as young as 14, maybe in some states, but anywhere from 14 to 17 generally in most states. But we are very cute, Taiwan. But you're talking about my dogs? Is that what you're saying? What I need is understanding. Yes, you do. Well. But I'm sure he's quoting Tiny's group. What I need from you is understanding. I can be communicating if you don't hear what I say. T.I. is so annoying. I almost like Iggy now. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I know. Like, he is annoying. I don't like her, but as far as the two of them are concerned, I definitely take her side in their issues that they have. All we Lupitas are beauties. Oh, you're saying us girls, that we are beauties? Okay, y'all, well look, we've gone 2 hours, and I haven't even gotten to the rest of my topics. I'm supposed to talk about Robyn and Whitney Houston. Do y'all want to talk about that? Robyn Crawford and Whitney Houston. Do y'all want to talk about that? Let me give my babies a treat. You want a treat? I'll give you one. But you got to be good. But you got to be a good, sweet baby girl and baby boy if you want a treat. I always sing to my dogs, y'all. I make stupid little sounds for them. Here. All right. Oh, she's adopted his thing now. Okay, so it used to be that when I would give them treats, like Indy, if I give it to her, I damn near gotta like draw my hand back real fast because she would like darn near like be ready to bite my hand off and just have it right there. But Rocco, he's such a weird thing. I give him a treat and he just holds it like in his teeth like this, and then he walks back to the bed so that he can lay down and luxuriate and enjoy his snack. And she just did the same thing. I've never seen her do that. She always just eats it right where she's standing. But he takes his back to the bed to enjoy his. And Indy, leave his alone. He eats his slow, and but okay. So anyway, let's go on. Okay, Nate says yes. Let's talk about Robyn Crawford and Whitney Houston. Robyn Crawford's new memoir, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston, offers a perspective that doesn't speak for Houston, but for Crawford, who has remained silent about her relationship with Whitney Houston for decades. In an early excerpt published by People and confirmed by NBC News and Today, Crawford confirms that she and Whitney Houston indeed had a romantic and sexual relationship, and the relationship ended because of homophobic pressure. There are still very few openly queer black women in the public eye, and while I want to make it very clear that homophobia within the black community is not greater or a larger societal problem than homophobia within the white communities or otherwise, there is a generational feel to it, she says. What was once unspoken, taboo, or in Houston's case, completely unacceptable, has evolved to become, at the very least, a conversation. I would agree with that. She said, we shouldn't be physical anymore. That's something that she wrote in A Song for You, because it would make our journey even more difficult. Crawford details that this happened in 1982, just before Houston signed with Clive Davis at Arista Records. Crawford writes that Whitney Houston presented her with a Bible, telling her people would use their relationship against them. Notably, one of those people was Cissy Houston, and that's Whitney Houston's mother, who in a 2013 interview with Oprah denied Whitney Houston was anything other than straight. Thanks, American Copperhead. If her daughter had been gay, Cissy Houston said she wouldn't have condoned it, though. Whitney Houston told me her mother said it wasn't natural for two women to be that close, Crawford says. But we were that close. Crawford says that she and Houston never talked about labels like lesbian or gay. We just lived our lives and hoped that it would go on that way forever. Both 2017 teens Whitney, Can I Be Me, and 2018's Whitney highlight the familial homophobia that surrounded Houston, as well as the pressure she felt from a homophobic, racist, patriarchal society and entertainment business. Some parallels were drawn to Houston's eventually ending her working relationship and friendship with Crawford, and her descent into addiction. In 2016, Bobby Brown told Us Weekly, he said, I really feel that if Robyn was accepted into Whitney's life, Whitney would still be alive today. Now that's from her ex-husband. That's deep. Crawford's memoir yet offers another outside view of Houston from an insider, someone, it could be argued, who knew her more intimately than most. No one in Houston's life has denied how important Crawford was to Houston, whom she met when they were both teenagers. And while Crawford has been talked about in interviews, depicted in Lifetime movies, and highlighted in both documentaries, A Song will be her first acknowledgement of the Nippy, y'all remember that was Whitney Houston's nickname, that she knew and loved. I watched her rise from to the top of her game, and I felt compelled to share who that woman was behind all of that fame. And that's what Crawford said Thursday morning on the Today Show. She said, quote, I never envisioned speaking publicly about my life. And then I asked myself the question, what would Whitney want? Child, I don't know if this is what she would have wanted, but okay, girl. While there will be those who undoubtedly treat the book's content salaciously, this isn't some tabloid scoop like Houston Crawford's life. Like Houston, Crawford's life and story has been monopolized without her input or her control. Now, as a black woman, openly gay, she's reclaiming who she is and who Whitney Houston was to her. She didn't owe it to anyone, but after many years of seeing her story dictated by others, a song is a gift for those looking to hear from a person who didn't seem to want anything more from Houston than for her to be happy as herself. Why now? Crawford asks in the book. Believe me, I've done my best to stay out of the spotlight, keeping quiet while others paint their own pictures of me and us. In the 19 years since I left Whitney's company, I have been pursued relentlessly to tell my story. I believe it is my duty and my honor to my friend and to clarify the many inaccuracies about myself and about who Whitney was. It's been too often expected of these few black queer women to create and lead the conversation themselves. Cheryl Swoops, Wanda Sykes, and Robin Roberts, for example. The music business is a world that we were learning, and we didn't want anything to interfere with where she was going, Crawford told Today. I felt that I wouldn't be losing much. I still loved her the same, and she loved me, and that was enough. It's hard to say if Whitney would have been able to speak as part of the LGBTQ community were she still alive. No one can say for sure, and no one should. But what Crawford allows us to ruminate on is how others have been able to dictate a culture of homophobia. It is a culture that cannot be fully discarded without first being discussed. I owe it to my friend to share my story, her story, our story, and I hope that in doing so, I can set both of us free. Crawford writes, the conversation continues, and Crawford's memoir is a part of that sea of change. So that is what she's saying. Now, on the one hand, I kind of get it. I feel like, okay, everybody else is making money off of Robyn, putting her characters in stories about Whitney Houston's life and always spectating or even insinuating that there had been a lesbian relationship between the two of them. And so she's kind of like, hey, they can make money off of me. Why can't I make money off of me? Now, on the other hand, though, as a general rule, I don't like the idea of one person outing another about their homosexuality. I feel like that should be left up to the individual to decide to go public about being gay. And yes, people have always suspected, and there were always rumors about Whitney's relationship to Robyn and what it really was, but I just hate it for Whitney that all of these facts now are coming out about her after her death, and she doesn't get a chance to confirm or deny, explain, or say anything. So I'm kind of, about how I feel about this book coming out. But, again, it's out, it's here, so get your coin, girl, I guess is all I can say. Let me see what y'all have to say about this. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so here, Journey says, Robyn's book goes live on Amazon on the 12th. I don't know how I feel about the situation until I see what she's talking about in the book. My first thought is, what's your motivation for a book? And that's not, of course people are going to be asking that. Yes, why is that woman writing a book and telling all of Miss Houston's business and now that she's died? That's not love. And I can for sure see people questioning her motives, like Soul Sessions TV is. Well says Black LGBT are fierce. Okay. Journey says, why out Whitney in her grave? If she ever loved her, there would be no book. Money motivated. And I kind of do think that too. And again, like I said, just trying to, play devil's advocate a little bit. the money's already being made because people been talking about Robyn. People been throwing Robyn in stories. You know, it's been like 18 million documentaries done on Whitney Houston's life since she died, and then half of them they're pretty much saying that Whitney and Robyn were gay. Well, I guess let me make some coin off of myself. They can hear from the horse's mouth. I guess is how she's feeling. Journey says she felt compelled by what? Nippy she was bi. I guess if she was bi, would not have wanted to be outed. Not with her religious background. Whitney Houston would not have wanted I believe. And I kind of believe that too. I mean, shoot, she was 51? She was in her 50s when she died, and that's kind of long enough to say something. I think if you want to say something, obviously she didn't know that she was going to die this untimely death, I don't think, but I kind of feel like she was around long enough to say something if she wanted to. Let's see. Right up what says leave her alone in that crazy Britney fan's voice. Stop, big head. My dogs. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Ouch. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Hey. Say hey, y'all. Dudes. Come here. Come here, Indy. Come here. She's backing up. Come here, Rock. Come here. Come here. Okay. Oh, let's see. They do not like all this equipment. Let's see here. It really sounds like one person was experimenting and the other person caught some deep feelings. Ooh, that could be it too. Nay West, I could see that. I could see that angle. Jay says the situation got me typing all kinds of typos. I think I understand what you're saying though, and just correct me if I'm getting you wrong on anything. Well, else is right, just like the MJ documentary. I guess you're saying, all the facts that are coming out after death. Is that what you're talking about? I believe that can be part of it too. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, y'all. So, okay, tell me. If I shut down and come back, because we're still going to do the raffle and the Florida Man story, but do y'all want me to do a whole nother segment? These are the stories. Y'all tell me if y'all are interested in me coming back to do these stories. Just type yes or no. I have a story about J-Bug, who was a member of B2K, being accused of sleeping with Omarion's mother, who's also a member of B2K. I have Kevin McCall and Eva. Kevin McCall, who is Eva, who won America's Next Top Model, who's now a member of Real Housewives of Atlanta. They have a daughter together and are always like kind of back and forth about custody issues with her. I have a story about him and him acting a fool at the courthouse. I have a story about Kenya versus Nene. Let's see, and just their, typical drama they're going to talk about. And then I have the video that I posted about Apple Watts and her comments, kind of just saying some things about black women in general on Love and Hip Hop. Is that something that y'all want to see? If not, okay, just type yes or no. And if I get 6 yeses, I'll come back and I'll do that. If I don't, then I will just come back and do the Florida Man story and the drawing. Y'all let me know. Type yes or no. Let me know how you feel. And let's see, I have 2 yeses. If I get a total of 6, I'll come back and do that. Otherwise, I'll just come back and do the Florida Man story and the drawing. So y'all let me know. I'm looking to see. So far, I only have 2. And you can type no if the answer is no. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I have 3 yeses. If I get 3 more, I'll come back and do another session. I don't know that song well. I don't know it. If I did, I wouldn't mind. Okay, I'm going to wait 1 more minute and see if I get any more yeses. I have 3. If I get 3 more, I'll come back and do it. Otherwise, either way, I'm coming back. Either I'm coming back to do another entertainment segment, or I'm coming back to do Florida Man and the drawing for the gift cards. I have 30 seconds. 30 seconds to go, and I'll need 3 more yeses for me to come back and do another entertainment segment. Because I've gone so much longer than I planned on going, but there were so many things. And if I don't do it today, don't worry, I can do it next week. That'll give me half of a stream already written. And we can do that kind of like as a Sunday Funday / TV talk. So I got 10 seconds to go. If I don't get 3 more yeses in 10 seconds, boom, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to shut down. Give me 10 minutes. I'm going to come back. We'll do Florida Man, and we will raffle off one of these gift cards for someone. And then I'm going to end it, and that'll be that. Okay, so I've already gone way longer than I needed to on this one. Oh, good night, Journey. Okay, so thank y'all for hanging out with me on this part of the stream. I'm going to do another one in about 10 minutes. So I'm counting down from 10, and I'll see y'all in a few. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See y'all later.